Welcome to Super Great Kids Stories, fun tales to make you laugh and cry, with some of the best storytellers from around the world, recommended for ages 5 to 105. I'm Kim, and I love stories. Would you eat the sky if you could? In this episode, we're going to hear a story told by Pamela Marre about a time when people did eat the sky. Pamela has always been surrounded by her Jewish family stories, and she tells traditional stories from lots of cultures. Today, her story is from Nigeria in West Africa, about why the sky is far away.
In the beginning, the sky and earth were right next to each other. The sky was edible. So men didn't need to grow things in the ground, because when they were hungry, all they had to do was break off a piece of sky and eat it. Animals didn't hunt each other because they grazed on the sky too. Of course, when they ate, they left holes and raggedy bits. So there was a sky garden in which the sky grew patches for the holes. Now, in those days, birds didn't have wings. They all had very long legs so they could walk in the sky. And sometimes they would help patch the holes by carrying spare pieces of sky from the garden to where they were needed. But the trouble with people is that often they're greedy. Time after time, they would cut off more food than they needed, and whatever they left was thrown away onto the rubbish heap. Now this made the sky very angry. It was hard work growing patches, and anyway, no one wants bits of themselves thrown onto a rubbish heap. So the sky warned the people and said, if you're not careful about how you treat me, I'm going to take myself far away from here. Well, everybody understood that this was quite serious. If they couldn't reach the sky, what would they eat? And so for a long time they were very careful, only to take what they needed. But there came a day when one family decided to have a party. We'll have the biggest, best party that anyone's ever had, they said, and they chopped a lot of pieces out of the sky. Well, they had their party, and all their family and their friends came to it, and they all ate enormously. But there were still heaps of sky left over. They called the whole village together and some neighbouring villages too, and everyone ate enormously. But there were still huge amounts of sky left over. Well, said the family, there's nothing for it but to throw what's left onto the rubbish heap. Perhaps the sky won't notice. But the birds looked up at the huge holes in the sky and knew that sky would notice. So the geese and the swans pulled feathers from their breasts and stuck them across the holes. Perhaps now, they said, sky won't notice. But sky did notice, and sky saw those blue pieces of itself on the rubbish heap. It was furious. With a roar of rage, sky tore itself from the earth and soared as far away as it could, and that is why, to this day, sky has taken itself away from the earth. But to thank the birds for their help with patching the holes, sky gave the birds wings, and that is why to this day birds have wings, so that they can continue to visit the sky whenever they want to.
Thanks for listening to Super Great Kids Stories. Remember to like, subscribe and review us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. For more information, news and story resources, remember to visit our website at supergreatkidsstories.com.